friends, and happy 2024. I hope that the new year is treating you well so far. If you are new here, my name is Lena, and this is Lena and the Pages. So most of the time, my videos have to do with the pages of the books that I'm reading, but when I picked that name, I also wanted it to reflect my love and connection to the tarot. I am a tarot reader. I've used the tarot for most of my life. My mom got me my first tarot deck when I was 11, and it's always played kind of a big role in my spiritual practice and my connection to my inner self and my intuition and decision making and that kind of thing. I truly believe that the tarot is a tool of reflection and something you can use to explore your own inner world. I don't use it as a fortune telling or like telling the future kind of thing. Nothing is set in stone. You have free will. You are able to direct your life in the direction that you want it to go. And so I think it's important when using the tarot to remember that. The tarot is just reflecting to you wherever you are in that particular moment. But I wanted to make a video because I don't know how your 2023 was. But my 2023 was filled with a lot of pain and just lots of moments that can probably propel me into really big growth. But at the time when moving through it, I had been feeling like, oh my God, what else is going to come up? Like, can I take another thing? I don't know. And so I don't know if anyone else's 2023 was feeling that way. If that is how you are feeling, you are not alone. And so every year, using numerology, every year has its own card that reflects what the journey of that year is going to be. I always have two cards that I'm using, and so I have my birth year card and then the Gregorian year card. So in 2023, we were in the year of the Chariot, and the Chariot can really go two ways, and I always think of it as kind of coming to a crossroads. In the traditional presentation of the Chariot, it almost looks like this incredible, like, celebratory, victorious moment, which it really can be, but the Chariot ends the first line of the major arcana, which kind of marks like the end of a journey. And so you kind of have to make a choice. Do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to level up? And leveling up is painful. And so, I mean, not always necessarily, and not always in like the physical sense. It can just cause a lot of like internal discomfort and that kind of thing. If you find yourself in moments of just pain or discomfort, are you trying to keep yourself small when you need to grow bigger? And that's just kind of how I think 2023 was really feeling to me. I was just feeling really, really restricted and confined. I wasn't gonna make it. I felt like I was suffocating. I really hadn't even been consciously aware that we were in a Chariot year at the time, but I think it's also important to note that the Chariot is in the same constellation as the Tower. And the Tower is probably a card that you're really familiar with if you are familiar with the tarot, because it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a tower being struck by lightning and people falling off of it, and the tower is crumbling. The tower is not always like a massive tragedy like that, but it's definitely a releasing and letting go of something that doesn't need to be there anymore. It's a rough one. That was the card that I pulled the day that my divorce was finalized. When it shows up, yes, it hurts, but it's also just kind of like, yes, I see your pain. It's not for nothing. That's how I like to think of it. So the Tower and the Chariot, they have some things in common. And so what the good news is that 2024 is moving into a strength year. For me, that's very exciting because strength is ruled by Leo. I myself, my sun is a Leo, so my ruling planet is the sun, and those all pertain to the strength card. So it's a card that I've always felt a deep connection to. This is from the Spacious Tarot Guidebook. But when talking about strength, they say fortitude, patience, and gentle power. Strength coaxes you to take a gentle but confident approach. There is a similar boldness and strength as that found in the Chariot, but there is more grace and softness here. Strength affirms that you can bloom delicately even if you find yourself in a harsh environment. Approach challenges with fortitude instead of ruthlessly bulldozing forward. Find empathy for the terrain you find yourself in. Have the patience to understand your circumstances and find ways to work with them instead of against them. The cactus lives in a dry environment, yet holds reserves of water within. As such, this card reminds you that you also have great reserves of gentle power. Tap into those reserves. Be patient with yourself and others. You are strong and compassionate. Believe this, know this, and act accordingly. The Spacious Tarot has one of my favorite guidebooks, and if you are someone who feels really connected to nature and the elements and things, it's probably one that you would really enjoy working with. I find a lot of comfort in it. I remember it was one that I pre-ordered before it was released because I just was so taken with the illustrations of the cards. But the guidebook is just always, I feel, so spot on with how I am feeling about a particular energy. I just wanted to get on here as like a message of hope that if 2023 was hard and caused pain and made you question things, where you were headed, what you were meant to be doing, it's okay because that's part of the journey. Moving into the Strength card, you don't need to force anything. You can just use your gentle power. Approach things with compassion and gentleness, including yourself. You've got this. You are strong, you are incredible, you are amazing. And the Strength card is there to remind you of that. So when you're looking at the Strength card, in most decks, there is a lion and a human. They are in some way holding back the lion or trying to control the lion is sometimes what it's thought of, or like they're like wrestling the lion. But really, it's not. When you look in all of these, you can tell by the placement of the arms and their body, they are not forcing anything. There is no struggle present there. They are calm and they are safe. They have their hands in the mouth of the lion and they are not afraid because they're trusting. That was the message that I needed in this moment when I looked and saw, oh my God, we're moving into a Strength year. Okay, that brings a lot of clarity. Just know you're not alone in any struggle that you're having right now. Painful things will pass. Those moments of contraction always lead to a release and a relaxing and an opening up and a growing. And so you have nothing to fear. You are going to be okay. The universe is holding you and making space for you and your growth, and it is in your complete control whether that is where you want to go this year. And just approaching it with, again, that gentle, compassionate strength that you have, that inner strength. That is a really comforting energy to lean into right now. And so if you are someone who just dabbles in the tarot, this might be new for you, or I feel like every tarot reader has a really different way of looking at the tarot and the meanings of the cards, and so I just thought I would share my interpretation in hopes that it brings someone the comfort that they need, because I know that it has done wonders for me and my personal journey, so I just wanted to offer that up here for you as well. That's really all I had to share. I hope that whatever it is that you are needing and desiring right now, I hope that it is coming to you. And if you haven't already, feel free to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if you would be interested in more tarot videos. This is my first tarot video, but I work with it a lot. It guides me in all of those really difficult times that I've had to move through, and will continue to do so because it is a tool that's always there. Just let me know. And I will see you guys in the next one.